Okay, here we are all set up for our collision exercise, and let me show you what that means. We've got the map here. I've got a circle that you can't see, but I can click, and its opacity is set to 1%, not 100%. That's why we can't see it. Over here, I've got an icon called the piece. It's just a circle with no fill. Its actions are set to movable. And its drag and drop target, just like in the bowling exercise, is set to oval. So its success is when it is dropped over that circle you can't see. So now we want to make a collision, and we do that to tell the user that they are near San Jose. So we're going to make a new circle, make it a little bigger, something that would be a good clue that you're near, and we're going to give this a name so that we don't go crazy talking about different shapes. Near target. Okay, and we want to set its visibility with the opacity to 1 again, and there we say bye-bye to seeing it. So now what we want to do is set the collision on this guy, and I'll show you what that means. Basically, it's the same. It's very similar behavior to drag and drop, or very similar programming. We're in out, collision, collide with target. Well, let's click that, and now we select an object. We know this thing is here, so we click it, and we've selected near target. So what we want to happen is when the user brings this little circle inside the invisible big circle, we want the big circle to become visible. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, when there's this collision, we're going to drag a wire, and we're going to say to near target. We want to change the visibility. Now watch what happens here. I'm going to change the opacity. When I drop this, we've created automatically a new opacity ribbon. Remember, I dragged it right here, but it made a new ribbon here. That's because I don't want to change the opacity now. I want to change the opacity when this occurs. So, for example, when you go over that circle, we'll change the opacity to 30. But right now, it's still at 1. Okay? Now let's do one other thing. We'll unfurl this, because when you leave that target area, when the collision is false, we want to change the opacity again. So watch, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drop it right here on the second ribbon in just a second, and it's going to create a new ribbon on top. Here we go. Boom. And now we've got 1. When the collision is false, it goes back to 1%. Okay, that's a good number. I don't need to change that. So let's run this and see if it works. Here I have my little icon, and when I get close to my circle, boom, I see the near target, and when I move away, it goes away. That is a good little exercise in how to use collisions.